I am in absolute shock right now. This is the craziest NBA trade deadline ever. Like, what just happened? KD is on the Suns, Josh Hart is on the Knicks, James Wiseman is traded away from the Warriors, Kyrie is on the What the heck is happening? 28 out of the 30 teams made a trade. I will break down everything in this video, but just know that this is going to be a long and crazy one. So for the first thing we're going to be talking about D'Angelo Russell being traded to the Lakers. The Timberwolves wanted D'Lo to be their franchise point guard, and they really wanted it. They recruited him in free agency in 2019, but he chose Golden State, so they just relentlessly pursued him, trying to trade for him, and eventually they did trade for him, and he played amazingly. But he's kind of been fighting with the coach, and yeah, all of that stuff happened, and Anthony Edwards is now looking a lot better than D'Lo, so they traded him. Now, what the Lakers gave is a first, Russ, and a few other role players. Like, the big W for the Lakers, that's the first trade that happened. Or, well, not the first trade that happened, but one of the biggest ones that happened. So, yeah, that one's good. Now, one that happened very recently, like right after I left out of the house to go to school, this trade happened. And it is Jakob Poeltl to the Raptors. And this is crazy because Jakob Poeltl already was on the Raptors, and he played well there, and he's been playing well on the Spurs, and the Spurs got back a good amount in return. They got a second round pick or two. So, I don't hate this for the Spurs. I don't hate this for the Raptors. It's looking good for both teams. Bye-bye, Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is leaving New York, and Josh Hart is coming to team up with his former teammate, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, there's a video that I saw on social media, and I can't post it here due to copyright, but it was really, really wholesome, and I recommend you guys watch it after you finish this video. And yeah, I feel like this trade is going to be good for both teams. The Knicks obviously aren't title contenders right now, but they are looking to push, so yeah, good on them, right? And then the Trailblazers, it's the Trailblazers. I don't even know what to say. Well, we've talked about the Lakers side of the Russell Westbrook trade, but we haven't talked about the Jazz side. So there's not really a chance that Russ plays in Utah, right? Like, he's had a lot of run-ins with the fans there in the past, and the Jazz don't really want him or require them to play there. And he's probably going to get bought out, and maybe the Clippers will take him. So yeah, that would be pretty good. Now let's break down the Jae Crowder to Bucks trade. So you had the 3-team deal today, and the Bucks gave up enough to get Jae Crowder. They gave up a 2023 second to Indiana, a 2024 second to Indiana, a 2025 Pacers second back to Indiana, a 2028 Bucks second to Brooklyn, and 2029 Bucks second to Brooklyn. So it should look like the Bucks gained Jae Crowder, the Nets gained 2 seconds, and the Pacers gained George Noora, George Hill, Serge Ibaka, and 3 seconds. So not bad for any team there. The Bucks are looking much more promising as title contenders because of this. So I really like that for them. Now let's talk about the craziest trade that happened this deadline, the Kyrie Irving trade. I'm joking, guys. It's obviously the Kevin Durant trade, and oh my god, I'm going to make a whole video about this later, but I'll just break it down a tiny bit now. The Suns got Kevin Durant for 4 firsts and Mikal Bridges and I'm not sure who else, but yeah, they gave up a lot of assets for him, but you can never give up enough assets for a player at a caliber such as Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant is just such an amazing player that you can't give up enough for him. But the Nets took this offer, and the Nets look to be entering rebuilding mode, but they still might be trying to compete. Like, they have a plethora of picks after today's trades, but it's looking great for the Nets. The Suns, they traded for some more wings, and it's also looking great for them now. Now they just need to build a bench, maybe sign some talented people out of free agency, and oh my god, it will be over for the NBA if the Suns can get it together before the finals. Next, we have the one that I joked about at the start of this video, which is the Kyrie to the Mavs trade. And honestly, I love this trade for both teams, both Brooklyn and for the Mavs, because the Mavs now look like contenders. I don't know if they're going to be contenders, but they look a lot better. At the same time, the Western Conference is a bit more stacked. I'll also make a video about that. You know, I have a lot of videos that I have to make right now. But yeah, there's what was I talking? Yeah, Kyrie Irving trade to the Mavericks. So the Mavericks look like title contenders, and the Nets have officially entered rebuilding mode. But now they have Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Thomas, who has been playing amazing. And yeah, honestly, the future is looking bright for Brooklyn. Now, as a Dubs fan, this trade excited me the most, because we trade away James Wiseman for 5 second-round picks, but then we gave up those 5 second-round picks for guess who? Guess who we get back? We get Gary Payton II back. You guys have no idea how happy this makes me as a Dubs fan, because, you know, Gary Payton is really the life of the Dubs, and he's one of the biggest reasons why the Dubs won the championship last year. Even with a broken arm, he hyped the entire team up, threw down those amazing slams, got all those steals. It's just amazing for him to be back, and Wiseman being gone clears up a ton of salary space. So I love that the Warriors were able to do that. Now, the Clippers were able to get Mason Plumlee, which I absolutely love from the Clippers, because they've been needing a center for a bit. They've got Kawhi, Paul George, not John Wall anymore, because they traded John Wall. I'll touch on that later. But yeah, now they have a solid center that they could play with. So I really like that from the Clippers. And look, if they can get Russell Westbrook in a buyout situation, I mean, I definitely don't hate it. Okay, let's talk about the Lakers trades now, because the Lakers trades, I'm going to make a whole nother video on this too, but they made 3 huge trades coming into the trade deadline, and I love every single one for them, except for one of them, but I'll touch on that one last. First, they did the D'Lo trade, which I've already talked about, but I love it. Like, now they have a actually good point guard, not just Russell Westbrook. Yeah, so that trade was great. Now, the trade that I really like from them is trading Pat Bev for Mo Bamba, basically straight up. Like, it's amazing. Mo Bamba is 7 feet tall, some more center depth. He's been averaging 7 points and 4 rebounds in 17 minutes per game this season. And last season, when he played more, he averaged 10 points and 8 rebounds. While Beverly, who is really old, is only averaging 6 points per game. So, yeah. But now let's talk about the other trade that they made, the Thomas Bryant trade, because Thomas Bryant has been playing amazingly for them. Why would they trade him away? Like, I honestly don't understand it. They only got 2 second-round picks and a kind of garbage role player. So, 2 W trades, 1 L trade. So, as I said earlier, now I'm going to touch on the John Wall trade. And they're basically trading John Wall to not the Mavericks, the Rockets, for Eric Gordon. And Eric Gordon is 34 years old, but he was originally picked by Los Angeles, the Clippers, in the 2008 draft. So they get back someone who they're familiar with, and honestly, I don't hate this for them. The Rockets are probably going to buy Wall out, so that's that. But yeah, I mean, I like this. Oh, that was a voice crack. Anyways, moving on from that embarrassing voice crack, the Thunder traded Darius Bazley, a wing, to the Suns for Dario Saric as center. So I like that one, because the Suns really do need some wing play with, trading away their only wings. So yeah, not bad at all. Now this one, I really hate, because the Nuggets are trading Bones Highland to the Clippers for 2 seconds. Like, I can't with the Rock. One of my most viral videos on this channel is literally about the Bones Highland and how he's such a great guy. He's a great player, and 2 seconds for him seems like a massive underpay. I think the Nuggets kind of got fleeced here. And when I say fleeced, I mean fleeced. Now, one player who I thought would get traded but did not get traded is OG Anunoby, because a ton of teams wanted him. But apparently the Raptors, wanted a lot more for him than teams were willing to give. So yeah, that happened. Now, on a different note, the 76ers traded Matisse Thybulle away and got Jalen McDaniels. I don't love this from them, but apparently I don't live in Philadelphia, but apparently the fans in Philadelphia hate Matisse Thybulle from what I've seen. He's averaging 2 points in 12 minutes this season. I did not know that he was that bad. While McDaniels is averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds in 26 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty good. Celtics get Mike Muscala with a trade for the Thunder. Dame, nothing happened with Dame. And yeah, that's about what happened this trade deadline. So, if you're here until the end of the video, I'll be very surprised. But, subscribe, you might as well do that, right? If you're still here. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.